I am doing a great work. Have you ever wondered if God remembers you when something hard lasts for a long time? For about 70 years, the Jewish people lived as captives far from their home in Jerusalem. Their city and temple had been destroyed, and many had stopped following God's laws. But God had not forgotten them. He had promised that one day they would return home, and He kept His promise. God prepared people to help. Zerubbabel helped rebuild the temple. Ezra taught the people God's word, and Nehemiah helped rebuild the walls around Jerusalem. They faced problems and opposition, but with God's help, they kept going. Nehemiah called what they were doing a great work. As we learn their stories, think about this question: what great work might God have for you to do? The Lord inspires people to accomplish His purposes. After many years in Babylon, something surprising happened. A Persian king named Cyrus became the ruler of the land. Cyrus was not one of the Jewish people, but the Lord inspired him to help them. King Cyrus announced that the Jewish people could return to Jerusalem and rebuild the temple of the Lord, but he did more than simply let them go. Cyrus encouraged other people to help by giving them silver, gold, supplies, and other things they would need. He even returned sacred items that had been taken from the temple many years before. The Lord used someone the Jewish people might not have expected to help accomplish His work. This teaches us something important about God. The Lord can inspire all kinds of people to do good. They don't have to belong to the same church, live in the same place, or believe exactly the same things we do. We can see the Lord's influence when people choose to help, serve, protect others, solve problems, or make the world better. Sometimes God may inspire us to help someone, and sometimes He may inspire someone we don't expect to help us. The Lord knows what needs to be done, and He can inspire people everywhere to help accomplish His purposes. The house of the Lord is a place of joy. How would you feel if a place you loved and considered sacred was destroyed? Years earlier, the Babylonians had destroyed Jerusalem and burned the temple. The Jewish people were heartbroken. Now, after many years away, they were finally able to rebuild it. When the foundation of the new temple was finished, the people gathered together. They praised the Lord and thanked Him for His goodness. Some shouted for joy. Others cried as they remembered the temple that had been lost. Years later, when the temple was finally completed, the people celebrated together. The temple reminded them that after everything they had been through, God was still with them. The house of the Lord can be a place of joy for us too, a place where we can worship God, feel His love, and remember our promises to Him. God has an important work for me to do. Have you ever tried to do something good but someone made it harder for you? Zerubbabel and Nehemiah knew what that felt like. Zerubbabel was helping rebuild the temple, and Nehemiah was helping rebuild Jerusalem's walls. But some people tried to stop them. They mocked them, frightened them, and tried to distract them from their work. Nehemiah refused to give up. When his enemies tried to get him to leave the work, he answered, "I am doing a great work so that I cannot come down." Nehemiah prayed, trusted God, and kept working. You have important work to do too. Your work might be learning to follow Jesus, helping someone who needs you, keeping a promise, or choosing what is right when it is difficult. There will sometimes be distractions or discouragement. When that happens, remember Nehemiah. Ask God for help, keep your mind on the work, and don't give up on something important just because it becomes difficult. I am blessed. When I study the scriptures, have you ever been excited to hear something you had been waiting a long time to learn? For many years, the Jewish people had not been able to hear God's law taught the way they once had. When they returned to Jerusalem, Ezra gathered the people together and read the scriptures to them. The people listened carefully. They stood as Ezra read, and they worshiped the Lord. Some even began to cry because God's words touched their hearts. But Ezra reminded them that this was also a day to be joyful. The scriptures can do that for us too. They can teach us, comfort us, help us understand what is right, and bring us closer to God. When we make time to read and listen to God's word, we give Him another way to guide us.